remember the movie Lean on Me? True story about Eastside High School in Paterson, New Jersey. It was falling apart internally, all sorts of mayhem, kids attacking other kids, grades failing, faculty members getting attacked, all sorts of, it was about to be taken over by the state, just falling apart. It was just a disaster. And, well, they had to bring back Principal Joe Clark as a last gasp of desperation. And he came in and he was radical about it. Played by Morgan Freeman, great movie. He comes in there and the first day on the job he demands, I want the names of every troublemaker in the school. We all know the troublemakers in the school, they seem to always get by, they always seem to get away with it. He said he wanted all the names, don't care what their history is, just give me all the names of the bad kids. And the first day on the job, he went ahead and on the assembly, brought all his kids on stage. And when he brought them on stage, he said, all right, you're all expelled. One bad apple ruins the whole bunch. Get out of here. You're all done. You're all wasted time. No helping you. Sayonara. You have a nice day. You're done. You're expelled. I'm not going to move forward with my job. And so, of course, he was seen as Crazy Joe. He was the guy who was radical. He's ruling with an iron fist. He's going in there and he's driving a lot of people crazy. He became a villain to a lot of people. But he was willing to be the bad guy for this. And he saved the school in the process. Why am I bringing this up? Because this man in El Salvador did something similar but far more radical. This is the president of El Salvador. This is Nayib Bukele. 10 years ago, El Salvador was the murder capital of the world. Its murder rate was on par with that in active war zones. That type of level of danger just walking the streets in El Salvador. MS-13 and H-13 gang were ruling the country. They did whatever they wanted, and they got their money from extortion. They threatened people in their communities. You pay me money or I massacre your family. And I can't say the other things they were doing, but because that would get flagged all over the place. MS-13 had a grip on El Salvador that people don't realize how powerful they were. They were so intensely powerful, the government was actually paying them just to tone down the violence. It was that insane. People don't realize this, when MS-13 was controlling the entire country. He got in power, and one weekend he saw 86 murders in a single weekend, and this is a country of only 6 million people, and he said, enough. And hey, I want to know, everybody who's got an MS-13 tattoo on your face, you're going to prison. And people said, how do you know? You can't just throw people in prison without evidence. The evidence is written on his face. MS-13. It's written all over him. How can you be sure? I don't know. It's written on his face and his chest. Are we sure he's a member of MS-13? I don't know. Do I need evidence? Do I need witnesses for this guy to show me his MS-13? I don't know. It's written on him. I mean, seriously? We need a trial for this? Now, you can complain about his methods, but he turned the murder capital in the world, that was the worst place in the world to live a decade ago, into the safest country in the Western Hemisphere. By far the safest in Latin America. The numbers speak for themselves. That's look, at the very bottom, that's El Salvador. Safest country in Latin America by far. Safest in the Western Hemisphere. He did that. So yeah, he has radical things going on. Yeah, it's kind of scary with the power grab he's taken. But people of El Salvador love him. He's got 92% approval rating. Say what you want about the guy. The people in El Salvador love him. Everybody else is calling him every name in the book. I tell you what, people of the rest of Latin America are trying to copy his blueprint on trying to save their nation from violence. He saved his nation, and everybody had a problem with him saving his nation, the method, but nobody was offering to help the nation before, other than say, we'll take in the good people, you have to have all the criminals left behind and everyone's fleeing. And he told them all, hey, you want to take these guys in your country? You want to hold on to them? No, didn't think so. So yeah, MS-13 is being deported back to his nation, and he's taking them in and putting them in cages, and yeah, they're in inhumane conditions, but these are inhumane people. Unfortunately, some innocents are getting wrapped up in it, and he has released innocent people that were wrapped up because, well, it's hard controlling, but at the same time, desperate times call for desperate measures. And yeah, there's issues, but this man is doing the job, and he cleaned up the country. We'll see what the future holds.